The federal government ships out those vaccines based off of how much each state already has on hand. That's why NCDHHS has been pushing to get the vaccine off of North Carolina's shelves. It's been 4 years since Hurricane Matthew, yet you can still see the damage from that rain and deadly flooding. A good example is this home right behind me. We're going to take you inside so you can see exactly how bad it is. We're going to take our time. We're going to be extra careful. As you walk up to this house, you can see immediately the doors off of its hinges. When you walk inside, the ceiling crumbling down onto the floor. As I said, it's been this way for 4 years. 850 people walk through those doors every single day to get the first dose of the COVID-19 vaccine. But in a few weeks, they need to double that. While people continue to come and get the first dose, they need another 850 people to come through to come back to get that second dose. Here at the Poorhouse, you can buy a really cool new record, or you can really buy at any downtown business. And the Raleigh Alliance says you could win big. They're giving out anything from staycations, downtown experiences, even gift cards up to $300, and they're doing this in the hopes to bring more business downtown and reward people who are shopping locally. Now, the fire chief is still investigating what happened. They say they believe it might have been an accident that started in the kitchen. Now, there were 6 people who were living in this home, but they say they're just happy that everyone got out alive. Governor Cooper says there is still a 30% capacity limit, though, but lifting up that 100-person restriction is still going to allow more parents and fans into those outdoor facilities just in time for high school football. Starting to see the damage that it caused in yesterday's storm. We're here at Bunn High School, where you can see their sign just completely toppled over. You can see it snapped off of its pole. It fell onto the fence where it's collapsed over it. I've got a piece of that sign right here in my hand. The county gave the United Daughters of the Confederacy until October 1st to remove this statue. Now they say they're going to be removing it sometime in November. Rob, I've been so excited to share this story. Now, like all of us, James DeRupa II's been stuck at home, but as an 87-year-old man, he's at high risk for COVID-19 and had to be even more careful during the pandemic. So when the first vaccine rollout came, he immediately jumped on it because he had someone very special he wanted to meet.
I didn't really want to go to Michigan because I had dealt with companies in Michigan. It was just too industrial and everything.
If you sit down with James DeRupa, he's more than willing to tell you his life story. But at the core of each sentence is family.
My dad was James, I was James, my son is James.
Which made the pandemic especially tough for 87-year-old James II, who missed the birth of his great-granddaughter.
Looks like he's doing a raspberry there.
Months went by with James getting videos and pictures of London.
Just can't wait to see her. I've seen pictures of her and everything, and she's a beauty. But it wasn't good to travel. Then I was going to go Thanksgiving, and that wasn't good. And then it was going to be Christmas. That wasn't good.
Recently, James received both doses of the COVID-19 vaccine.
I move a little slow.
And now he can visit.
Yeah. Still remember.
So he's getting ready to make the plane ride from Raleigh to Michigan.
You can either take the zippers all the way around or halfway.
From his years of traveling, he's learned how to expertly pack a suitcase.
All ready to go. Except this one I got to zip up.
James is off.
I'm leaving for Michigan.
Are you excited?
Yes. Get to see my great-granddaughter.
All right.
Can't wait. We're at 33,000 feet on our way to Detroit. Everything is going fine. Can't wait to get there. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.
Finally, James arrives.
Hello.
Hello.
This is the hug he's been waiting for the entire pandemic.
I don't know you. No. Yeah.
Say hi.
Hi. Say hi.
Oh.
Oh. You're such a cutie. Yeah. Say, can you say Grandpa? Or Pop?
Hi, I'm Kaitlyn Connolly, and despite the global pandemic happening right now, the North Carolina State Fair Junior Livestock Show is still happening this weekend with these guys as some of the main guests. Kennedy and Anderson Lee have spent months training their animals.
I'm brushing his legs to get all the dirt and shavings out of him.
This weekend, they're preparing for one of the largest shows in the state fair. And this is a big deal for Anderson.
This is my first year.
Come on. Her sister Kennedy has been doing it for 7 years. She's making sure both the look and quality of her lamb is top-notch for the judges.
And get his feet and legs set.
While most of the state fair will be canceled, their event is still happening, but will look different from years past.
Really just wearing your mask and staying away from people.
While the girls are just having fun with their animals,
Get him right there.
their dad Sammy's been cautiously checking for weeks to see if the show would still go on.
But as a parent, you're scared. Did you make an investment that may never pay off? Not financially, but for them. Do they get rewarded by showing for the efforts and the work they put in?
The girls spend about 1 to 3 hours every day with their animals. Sammy says the reward they could get from winning has nothing to do with the money.
It's your children learning work ethic. It's your children learning responsibility and things that will help them later in life.
He says all he cares about is his daughters giving 100% this weekend. If they win, that's just a bonus.
So we've been down the ball, gymnastics, a little bit of dance road, but to see them do something they love, it's one of the few things you can do as an entire family.
And for the girls, it all comes back to the animals.
And getting to bond with them.
And they're hoping Simon here comes home with the grand overall market goat. In Smithfield, I'm Kaitlyn Connolly for Spectrum News 1.
As we're going to do some career exploration, we're going to be using Pause and Jobland.
Students at Perry Harrison Elementary are deciding what they want to be when they grow up.
Is anybody surprised so far with matches that they have?
It's a chance for them to think past the classroom.
Some are more challenging than others. You have to have a growth mindset.
When kids returned back in October, there were several precautions.
Highlight over these names. It'll show you the picture.
But even masked and socially distanced, the concern is still real.
It's been stressful. It's been having to be re-educated, having to learn a lot of things that we've never done before. Click on quiz. It's on the bottom left.
For Leanne Munoz, the vaccine is a step towards feeling safe again.
I'm nervous, but I'm super excited to have a second one done to let that kick in and feel a little bit safer. I want to be able to travel again. To see friends, to see new places.
Most importantly, for family.
All right, good job, friends.
Returning to the classroom in October meant putting her in-laws at risk. So they moved to Portland, Oregon until everyone can get fully vaccinated.
I did not want to be the one who was exposed to get them sick. So that's something that, we keep in mind.
That's about to change.
How are you feeling?
Nervous, my heart is beating a little bit. My daughter just said, my heart's beating for you.
It's been 3 weeks since her first Pfizer vaccination, and she's getting her second.
Second dose, sometimes you get a little bit more flu-like symptoms, so if you want to take some Tylenol or Motrin when you go home today, that'd be great.
I'm happy to have it done. I'm ready to have a more normal life.
Work on the turns, that's going to be the most important.
Jenna Fadley's practicing for a race that could turn her life around.
Pretty excited, pretty nervous. Definitely really want to do this, be able to make my trials cuts before college.
She's talking about the Olympic trials.
Good press off the wall.
A dream she's had nearly half her life, starting from the time she put on one of her first swimsuits.
When I was a little kid, I told my mom and my dad that my life goal was to be an Olympic gold medalist and then just work at McDonald's. That has changed a little.
She kicked off her swimming career at the age of 7, moving from a summer league program to year-round swimming at the age of 9. But it wasn't until she was a freshman at Jordan Matthews High School where things started to look up.
There you go.
Everybody looks so fast and they just look so cool swimming in the water, and I was like, I want to be able to do that too.
Her coach noticed her dedication around that same time. Although she was coming from the small town of Siler City.
Oh, nice.
And swimming in less than perfect conditions,
Nice.
there was potential.
These swimmers just work hard on each other, no matter what. And I mean, is this the perfect pool that everybody else wants to talk about? This is 25 meters, It's warm, it's 88 degrees all the time. Short kick, but every once in a while you have that goes all the way on to Olympic trials.
This probably was for the 200 or 100 breaststroke. So this was second place 100 breaststroke.
This one was the 200 IM, and this one was for her win in the 100 breast.
As you can tell from her box of medals, she's been competing for some time.
I don't know where to put these.
Her 7th place ribbons quickly turned to 3rd, 2nd, and 1st place medals, qualifying for regional, then state meets, including her most recent.
Let's go, Jenna!
Breaking the state record in the 1A, 2A high school state meet in the 100 breaststroke.
I was just happy after having done it all. It was just a good way to end high school swimming. Felt like a good way to, end up my senior year. It was just perfect.
Stretch.
Now she's practicing to swim that race again, but this time she'll need to shave a second off her time to qualify for Olympic trials. And there must be something in the water at the Fadley house. Jenna isn't the only one with dreams of making the Olympics.
He had a lot more hair.
Jenna's dad, Lewis, was a swimmer at the University of Florida.
Well, of course I had those dreams. It didn't come to fruition for me, but I still had a great time swimming.
This was my senior year.
Her sister Morgan also grew up in the pool, even coaching Jenna on her high school swim team. And throughout it all, they've been her biggest cheerleaders.
I'll get to sit up in the stands and watch, so pretty excited about that. I'm just gonna kind of let it ride and see what happens.
I can hear him from the stands, by the way, when he yells at me. I can hear it.
It's called cheering.
It's loud.
He's cheering at you, not yelling.
It'll be Jenna versus the clock this weekend, racing to qualify for the Olympic trials.
It's just always kind of been something that I've thought I wanted to do, and now that I've come so far, I'm like, I can do this.